Hello, today we are going to create an app that will generate some random math expressions and we'll put them into the text file so that we can print them, for example. So let us see how it's going to look like. I will just press play and I click on the button so we can close it now. And as you can see, or you will see in a second, once it's refreshed, we've got the file called math, and here we get 10 math expressions, so they can be printed and given away to somebody who can practice with it. So let's get into it. I will just get everything deleted, a part of the UI system. I will leave it as it is. I will just remove the script reference into my component, and here I leave the button. So all you need to create really is to add the canvas with the button and the file manager empty. So let's create a C# script, create C# script, and I'll call it write to the file script. Let's open it, and the first thing we really need is to get some string array, because inside this string we'll create next elements so that each math expression will be held in different element. So let's do it. Let's just call string and the array. So I'm going to call my array math expression list. Just beneath we need to create some other variables that will be responsible for the file name and the path name where this file is supposed to be saved. So let's create string, and first variable will be called my file path, and the other one will be file name, like so. In the start method we can assign some value to those variables we just created. So my file path will be equal to application. We'll use application for now and data path, but later on when we will be ready to build the app, we'll change it, but I will do it later. So data path, and now we have to concatenate it with / and we need to concatenate it with the file name, like so. And before that, we actually need to specify the file name. So let's just specify it. It's up to you what your file name will be. I will just call it math.txt. So this is pretty much done. We can get rid of the update method really, as we don't need it. So now I want to create method that will return some integer value. This will be a number that our expression will be made of. So let's make it an int, because it will return some integer value, and I'll call it getRandomNumber. And inside of this method we have to return this random number. So just type return, and now we have to specify random and range because we want to have it random. And now we have to provide the min and max value, and I think we will just pass it as a parameter. So let's put it there, int min and int max, and here we just type min and max, like so. So we've got this method ready. Now we want to create some expression. So let's do another method, void, and let's call it create expression. And at the moment we'll make it as simple as possible. And once the project is done, maybe we'll make it more complicated so that we can do all the stuff that you need to know, and then we'll do some extra stuff. So let's just decide how many expressions will be done. So I will create integer quantity and let's assign some value to it. Maybe let's say that for the beginning we want to create 10 expressions. Once we know how many expressions will be created, we can specify our array length, because we have to specify how many elements will be in the array. So now we will just use math.exp list and create a new string. And now we can add quantity number to the square brackets so that we know that the array will be made of 10 elements. Of course, if we change this value, it will be made of that many elements. Now we are going to assign some value to those elements using for loop. So let's do it. For, we'll start typing integer I stands for iterating, and we'll start from the 0. Next, we want to give some conditions. So how many times should this loop execute? And it should iterate as many times as the quantity. So I should be less than quantity, and I should increase 1 on every iteration of the loop. And inside, we want to assign those values to the array. So let's use array math_explicit, and we want to specify the index number, which will be I. And now we want to create this math expression. So it will look like, for example, 2 plus 4 equals, yes? But now we have to get some random numbers to it and make a concatenation out of it. So let's just get random number, the first one. We need to specify the min and max. So let's just type 1 and 24 now. Add some plus sign. So we are using quotation. Now we want to add another get random number, and maybe let's increase this range. So let's use 10 to 100. So the second number is bigger than the first one. And at last we want to add equation sign and just semicolon at the end. So that should create some math expression for us. Create expression method is pretty much done for now. Let's create the last method that will be the first one to be executed when we click on the button. So it has to be public, and let's call it create. This is quite a long name, but it's okay. And first thing we need to do is to create, and of course it should be create, not create. So first of all, we are creating expressions, and then we want to write it into the file. So we are using the file, and I can't really see it, and I can't see it because I didn't use the library. Anytime we are reading or writing to external files or using some streamings, so we want to pass some info out or in from other sources, we need to use a special library, which is using system and then IO, which is input output. So once we've got it added, we can use a file. So let's call it file, and now we have to write all lines. Write all lines, as you could see, there are other methods as well to write to the file, but write all lines will allow us to use the array which we want to use. So inside, as you can see, we've got 4 overriding methods. We want to specify the path to our file and the array we want to write in it. So let's specify the path first, and this is our my file path. I'll copy it and paste it here as the first argument, and as the other argument we want to get the content, which will be our array, which is math_explicit. Semicolon at the end, and I think that should be it for now. Of course, we'll do some changes later on, but I just want to get it done for now. Go back to Unity, click on the file manager, add our script to it, and here we need to click on the button and add file manager to it. Choose write to the file, and here should be some long name, create new file with expressions. Save it, and I think that should be working really. So press play, generate expressions, and I will just quit the play mode and wait a second. Maybe we refresh to make it quicker, and double click on it, and as you can see we've got 10 expressions and each of it is a bit different. Of course we can fix few stuff. I don't like that this is moved, maybe this is because I'm a bit pedantic, but we might add a 0 when the number is like singular. When it's 6, I want to add a 0 in front of it. So let's do it. I will show you how to do it. So in case, because in the other number it starts from 10, so it will never be like 0 before, and it will be never 100. It will be 99, the max value, because 100 is exclusive, so no problem at all with the second one. But with the first one we want to get some formatting for it, so we will just parse it to string, and inside we will add some formatting, and I will put 2 zeros so that whenever we go to our Unity and press on the button, we will get some 0 in front of the number. Let's open it, and as you can see now it's looking very good. Everything is neat and aligned and I like it. Okay, so that was a quick fix and our application is pretty much done, to be honest. But the last thing is that we don't want to create this file once it's ready to be built in this path, because it won't be available for us. We need to change it a little bit. So let's just duplicate it, and I will change it so that I will get that bit removed and I will comment it out. So now whenever we build our app, the new file will be created in the same place where the app is located. So let me show you. I will just go back, press File, Build Settings, and here I will just click on Build. I create a new folder. I call it maybe Math, and open it, select Folder, and let's wait for a second. And here we have it. So now whenever we open it, I will click on Generate Expressions and close it. So now we've got our file. I'll open it, and as you can see we've got some expression done. Now we can just file, print it, and it's ready to be passed to some students. Okay, that would be it for now. I think that I will create another video to show you how you can improve this project to get some input from the user, so the teacher can decide what range of numbers he wants and how many expressions he wants to get into that file.